Hello, this is Dr. Peter Trzop and wanted to do a video here about students have brought up different questions, and one that kind of comes up from time to time is there's an old expression, do something and then you can don't ask for permission and beg for forgiveness later, and that's probably a really bad expression to carry into academics, meaning if you don't know what's going on or you're having problems struggling and you've tried to figure it out yourself for at least 30 minutes to an hour. That's always the standard. Try to figure something out yourself for some time. That's how we develop. But reach out to the Student Success Center, reach out to the library, reach out to resources online. Contact the professor. So one issue that comes up sometimes is assignments will come in. They'll say, well, this is a project, this is a paper, and students get worried about the word usage. And what I would note is sometimes you have to sit there and think, okay, if a professor's real big on writing, maybe you just do a paper. And papers typically look the same. Now, if there's any doubt, like you say, well, this is an executive summary, that has to be different from a paper. That's not true. But if you have doubt, ask. Because once you do the paper, and if it's wrong, then it's a problem. And then you're asking the professor, well, I didn't understand it. It's your fault, or it's everyone else's fault but yours, or you just made a mistake and you lost points. Even if you're nice about it, the worst or the best case scenario is you've lost grade. And you don't want to do that. The worst case scenario is you blame everybody else. And then you not only do you lose some form of, legitimacy, but you also lose grade, okay? So my point being is really take the time, if you're not clear about something, to say, maybe I should have a quick email or a phone call and coordinate that out. But 9 times out of 10, the professor's going to say, look, it's just a paper, just do the paper. If you have an assessment, typically are short answers, then write those short answers like you would a paper, like a paragraph in a paper. You develop it, 4 to 6 sentences, the Goldilocks effect, check for grammar, spelling, cite something, develop, APA, all those things go into a paragraph. So again, always ask, get permission, get guidance, get some direction, and that's better. Because then if you do have a legitimate problem with the professor, you can say, no, I emailed or I called and this was what happened. At least it makes more sense when you make a complaint. But if you don't do that, that's really on you. And that's where we need to sit there and think about that and really develop. Another thing, too, is people say, well, not every professor answers questions or emails. Well, you're right, and that's the way it works. I email students all the time and don't get responses. That's just human nature. Sometimes I will do videos, and I'll sit there and say, okay, I've graded 120 papers, and out of 120, 50 of them actually watched the video. Now, I don't personally have an issue with that. That's your business, what you do with the feedback. But that's a lot of students who don't watch the videos. But then they come back and ask questions. Well, I don't understand what's going on. Well, did you watch the video? Did you read the feedback? Really take time to do that, because most professors do not just say, here's your grade, thank you, bye. They give you a grade, they give you reasons, they give you ways to do better, things you do well, whatever, however they give feedback. But at the end of the day, if you're not sitting there taking the time to watch and read and all that, it's not respectful, first of all, but 2, you're not really developing your work. You're asking someone, hey, I understand you did this work, but I don't want to watch or read that. I just want you to give me a quick summary. And if I don't like it, then I'm going to go tell someone and complain that I don't like that little bit of feedback. Having said that, not looking at the original feedback. It's just not what we want in our lives. It's not professional. It's not really being academic. So what we want to do is give people the benefit of the doubt. I do it all the time. I see students that plagiarize, and I could bust them for plagiarism, but I decide what's the best option. Can I keep it in class? Can I work with them? Can I try to make them a better student? Do the same thing with professors. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Some of them have things going on in their lives. Things go wrong. Maybe they're not as expressive. Maybe they talk better than they do typing emails. But ask for help. Ask for directions. Get that support. Don't come back later and a professor spends all that time grading your work and say, well, can I resubmit it again because I didn't really take it serious the first time. That's basically what you're saying when you do that. So those are some ideas. Those are some hints. Those are some things I would really work on. If there's anything else, I appreciate all the topics. I appreciate the idea, and best of luck.